So today I'm going to introduce you to a company that literally targets higher education with technology built into lecterns and in mounting space. This company called Computer Comforts. Frank Kolavo is the president of the company. He happens to live here in North Carolina. One of his clients is the University of North Carolina where I teach, but he happened to like North Carolina so much that he moved from, I think it was Texas, to North Carolina. He liked it so much. This new product is called the Transformer. You're seeing a little sizzle reel on it right now because it can convert itself from a rack to an ADA compliant desk to a stand-up lectern. Can actually tear apart into two different pieces that roll around in the classroom, all bundled together into one product called the Transformer. I had a chance to talk directly to Frank one-on-one, and here's a video we shot literally outside because he pulled his truck up and parked it across the street from UNC. In the background, you'll see some golfers playing because that's the golf course at the University of North Carolina. And we're shooting this video explaining the Transformer product. So check this out. I hope you enjoy it. And if you sell to higher education, check out computercomforts.com because they have some great products aimed at higher education. Hey, this is Gary Kay, and I'm here with Frank Kolavo with Computer Comforts. You know them as the company that's supplying some really cool, unique solutions for higher education. Frank, first off, welcome to Chapel Hill.
Hey, thank you.
I know you're here to see the University of North Carolina,
right?
And you've sold them quite a few of these.
Exactly.
And let's first talk about this before we get into the new products.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm here today actually to introduce a new product, but before I do that, I'd like to revisit this product that we introduced at this time last year, and I was actually right here, right?
That's right.
Exactly. The reason I want to just revisit this just briefly is I want to show the evolution, how we got from here to here, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So this was actually designed in collaboration with the folks here on campus at Chapel Hill. And the challenge they gave me was to just create something, to create a lectern that was flexible, because when they move into their rooms, they don't know the configuration of the room. So they wanted to be able to put the rack box either on the right or the left. So that was an easy one to design.
Yeah.
They wanted it to be sit to stand, wheelchair compliant. So this allows you just fingertip control, sit to stand. They didn't want the push button electric. They wanted at least 14 U of rack space, and they wanted it to be cooled and filtered. So I have a simple little Home Depot $2.
Yeah, that's nice because you don't have to spend a lot of money on a custom-made filter.
Exactly.
It's just a 14 by 20 filter. And you've got a 19-inch rack there on both sides.
On both sides.
A two-sided rack.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
I didn't want to be, Gary, I didn't want to be in the filter business.
Yeah.
So the school could just go and buy these, pack of 10 for 20 bucks.
Yeah. And you can put it, you've got a flip top on here. You can put anybody's
exactly.
panel operation on top. But you've got, I guess, is this your standard configuration, USB-C, and is that HDMI or USB?
It's
USB.
It's two different USBs, a pass-through.
Put a cable through here, pass-through with two powers for ports for power. It's got a monitor option. This pops out if you don't want to use this.
Exactly.
For the top. Yeah.
Exactly.
That could be a touch screen and actually control the entire room, that's actually how UNC uses this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Now the key, the hardest challenge they gave me was they said some of their big active learning spaces, they wanted the instructor to be able to go cruise around the room. So we built all the hardware into this rack, and we even attached the monitor to the cabinet. So now, if the faculty wants to roll around the room, we call this a freedom cart, and they're totally free. They can take a laptop, a tablet, and set their keyboard off to the side, and they're off to the races.
And I guess that's what's inspired you for the new product. Let's talk about the new product.
Exactly. So at InfoComm, we launched this at InfoComm in Orlando over the summer, and some of the AV integrators said, you know what, we love this, it's pretty, quote unquote, but we wish you had a more robust rack. A quote professional series.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, we want at least 18 U of rack space. We want the rack rails to be adjustable. We're used to a welded steel kind of cabinet. So 6 months later, we're introducing what we call the Transformer. So
that's a good name.
Yeah, well, the reason I'm calling it the Transformer is I'm taking our high-end AV cabinet and transforming it into freestanding lectern.
Now, if I'm building a rack, I don't like the furniture around it. Do I have the ability to take this thing apart and build it as a rack and wrap the furniture, the walls around it, or not?
No.
No.
This is it.
Okay.
Yet. I'll be here next year with that idea.
I bet so. But this is nice because you've got racks.
It's
you've
all
got shelves built into it, and they're movable.
4 adjustable rack shelves are included. All the rack holes are scored and numbered, and they're all threaded holes, 10/32 standard rack screws.
So this is 18
U
high.
Exactly.
Wow, that is big.
So I have the rack rails in the front and the back, and as you can see, the rails are mounted to this horizontal beam.
Yeah.
And if you come around, the door is reversible, by the way. So if you wanted it to be hinged.
I also noticed that you grounded the door.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good.
So this is something that
there you go. See, it does come across. It does come apart.
Oh, is that what you were asking?
Yes, that's what I was talking about. Yes, it does. It does. We got a truck driving by.
Of course, the garbage truck's going to go by.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what the AV integrators. This rail allows you to slide the rack rails in and out.
That's what I was talking about.
It's okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know. The rear is where they like to mount all their wire management stuff.
Yep. So they can pull it out and do that, and then push it back in.
Exactly. Yeah. So if we can come around the back here real quick. What I'm talking about is insetting these rack rails a few inches, and then they can mount their wire mold or cable management stuff to route the wires down to the floor.
This is a nice design, Frank.
These little panels come off so you can drop your wires to the floor.
Yep, go through the ground.
Cooling fan is automatically included. It sucks the heat. It's ultra quiet, sucks the heat out of the cabinet. And again, here's another example of a little cable cubby that we do. Whoops, sorry.
Hey, here, come on around here. Get our videographer to come around here. So they've got the same cable management, 2 power, a USB-C, and a standard USB, along with 2 pass-throughs. Actually 4 pass-throughs. So you can actually put 4 retractable cables in there, a couple of USBs and a couple of HDMIs. That's
so
nice.
I want to show
you. You also have pass-through here on the top panel as well.
Yeah, and the nice thing about these grommets is they'll hold the connector so they don't fall through.
Yeah.
Let me get a little room here to put
the panel back on.
Let's say you have a tight amount of floor space and you only have 24 inches, which is what this is. This cabinet, can be a freestanding lectern, or you can add some additional surfaces. Check this out.
That's really smart.
This is, we call this a sidekick. So if the instructor doesn't want to be behind the lectern, I gotta move this over.
We can pull the monitor over here as well.
If the instructor doesn't want to be behind the lectern for whatever reason, they can swivel this thing off to the side and do this.
Yeah.
Clear view of the classroom. No one's hiding behind the monitor. No one's hiding behind the lectern.
And why do you have a mount here? Is that
this is ADA.
Okay.
So you can drop this down on those rare occasions that if you have a faculty member in a wheelchair, now you're in business.
Smart thinking.
Now you're in business.
But you've also got this side panel here.
Okay,
side desk here.
It keeps transforming. So this is, if you don't have room for a side table, and I'll get to this in a second, if you don't have room for a side table, we have an 18-inch surface extension that flips up and down. So it turns this from 24 to 42. So I'm finding that a lot of classrooms that are tight on space, this'll do the trick.
By the way, we're here in Chapel Hill right now, and that's the university's golf course. And there's a jogging trail right behind us, as you can see. People are walking by, but we're actually on campus right now. So this table here is obviously mated with this. It's designed to go with this, right?
Okay, so now if you do have a little bit more space, you would skip ordering this. This is optional, and you would add this instead. And these wheels are not really designed for the parking lot, but I think you get the gist.
I get the idea, and that still moves around.
It's push button electric, so it sits a stand. I mean, it's the ultimate in ergonomics and ADA wheelchair compliance.
Very nice.
So,
and you have a power management and wire management.
There's
this as well.
Exactly. This is standard USB A and C power plugs, a couple of grommets. So what I was really concerned about, Gary, when I just designed this one a year ago.
Yeah.
So when I was creating this, I was worried, am I building something new already that's going to make this obsolete?
Yeah.
But my customers are telling me no. A lot of schools, 14U is plenty, and they want to be mobile. They don't want a permanent fixed, table. So this is still becoming a standard on a lot of campuses.
You can order different finishes to match whatever else you're doing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
On the classroom, for both the tops here as well.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So, and obviously you're here at UNC because you're going to have the UNC the AV department. You have a meeting with them in a couple hours. You were nice enough to stop by our office here, which we're like across the street from the university. But what about? I mean, this isn't tied just to higher education. I know that's a big part of your market,
right.
but I could see this in a corporate education facility,
corporate conference rooms.
Yeah, conference room, a training room, auditorium, or anything like that. So it's not just higher education that you're targeting.
Exactly. We've been doing more and more in the K through 12 environment. I mean, just this one piece, for example, would be a perfect addition to a room that just doesn't have room to spread out like this.
Yeah. So for them to learn more information, go to computercomforts.com.
Yep, here it is. Can you zoom on that for me?
Yeah, we can. What is this new model called?
This is called the Transformer.
Transformer.
And this is a Configure IT.
The old one is Configure. The last year's model is Configure IT.
Last year's model.
And this one's Transformer. I like the names, actually.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it.
Look, to learn more information, obviously, go to computercomforts.com. If you want him to come do this directly for you,
that's right.
He'll actually come to your office and actually do a demo, right? I mean,
we've got these mobile showrooms scattered all over the country, from California to Florida to Chicago. So if you want an in-person demo, just shoot us a message. One last thing, these are very integrator friendly, and what I mean by that is these ship fully assembled on a pallet, strapped, shrink wrapped, boxed. When it shows up on campus or at the AV Integrators Staging Center, you snap the bands and pull off the plastic. It's ready to go.
Excellent. Computercomforts.com. Frank, thanks for giving me some time before you met with the school here.
Oh, thanks for the opportunity.
Good luck at your meeting, and check it out at computercomforts.com.